everybody. Welcome to my channel and welcome back. For all of you return viewers and subscribers, I'm back and I just was in the mood to come on live and talk to you guys about where I am now in my life mentally, which is affecting everything, everything else. And how much fun, honestly, that I've been having with this kind of very different way of life and way of approaching life and situations ever since finding the law of assumption. And that is why I'm going to title this video, It's Just More Fun Being Delusional. Or I don't know, I might do something a little different with it. But that's essentially what I'm talking about today. In this video, we're just going to be talking about how it's so much more fun to live life when you are delusional. Because honestly, we have been told since the time that we were, what do they say, knee-high to a grasshopper? Little, young, what our limitations are, what we can do, what we can't do. And as a teacher, you know what I mean? Like former teacher, I know. You have to do that, of course, to children. They do need to know, whatever their boundaries are, whatever their limits are. Can't just do any and everything. But these are the things that our society programs us this way. To understand that, okay, yes, there's a limit to how much money you can make. There's a limit to what you can do, with a certain level of education. There's a limit to, what kind of experiences you can have. What your family's done and hasn't done. That is a direct reflection a lot of times on like what you feel that you are going to be capable of. Well, if nobody in your family ever graduated college, if nobody in your family's marriages ever worked out, if everybody all ended up in divorce, how that affects you. A lot of people take that on. A lot of people take on things as a part of their identity because that's what they've been told. And once you realize that our world is we're just living in some sort of, okay, people call it the Matrix, people say this is a simulation, but there are really no rules. Once you realize that you can create your own reality and that everything that you have been experiencing is coming from the story that you've created for yourself. Every limit that you've placed on yourself that you are experiencing in this physical 3D world, that's all coming from you. Once you realize how much power you truly have and who you truly are, it's like, honestly, your mind explodes. You start seeing things in a completely different way. And don't get me wrong, okay? Like, we're all human. We all are going to feel, some certain emotions. We're all going to struggle, with kind of that physical part of who we are, and that human part of who we are. But the more conscious you become, the more you're able to regulate yourself out of those systems and programs and kind of be able to move forward faster. I think I have an example for you guys. It's not fully there yet, but basically I can actually give you a really good example. So I was the type of person who would always complain about coworkers in every job that I had. It's not actually like embarrassing for me to say that. It's just actually kind of funny though, because every job, like I remember when I first started really working full time, I would just go home, and I was still living with my mom at the time, and then it was me, my mom, and my aunt, and my sister also. And I would come home, and I would just yap about all the people at the job. And granted, I worked with some interesting people throughout the years, but I mean, I would talk to my friends, I would yap about it to my friends, I would talk about it to just anybody who would listen, basically. I would go on and on about my coworkers and why, you know, they don't make any sense because they're doing this and they're doing that, and oh, this lady, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, I've worked with a lot of women in my line of work when I was, you know, in education and everything, and even in a lot of office jobs and things that I've had. And I have learned a lot, you know, through watching some of the people that I've worked with and just kind of like seeing how they move. And basically the major thing that I've learned is that I don't want to be like any of them. You know, as a young person looking at somebody who's twice my age, you know, but I remember, like, I just used to oh my God, this happened at the job today, and this person is like, why, I don't know why they're acting like this, and blah, blah. And like, it just made me feel so like icky. Like after I would be done like venting about all of the work drama, like I used to feel so like not good, you know, because I didn't really, I mean, those were not enjoyable topics to have. It was just drama, like just being sucked into the drama, which we're all addicted to, you know, drama and suffering, as Nina likes to call it. And we all can get fixated on those things. You know, we all do it. It's a part of our human wiring programming. Like we all do it. And we like to commiserate with each other, you know? Just like they say, misery loves company. You are not happy in your job, so you meet somebody else who's not happy in their job, and guess what? You guys become best friends, yip-yapping about what you hate about your jobs. And it just keeps you stuck in this cycle, because what I realized is like every job that I was getting, it would always be, you know, coworkers. Oh, this person and this thing happened and this thing and this thing. And until I realized how it just like, this is so pointless. This is dumb. Like if somebody doesn't like me or I don't care for somebody else, do I see myself staying here for the next 20 years, 25, 30 years anyways? No, I don't. So why the hell am I pouring so much of my emotion, so much of my time, so much of my energy and my effort into yip-yapping about this person and about this job? Why? And once I had that realization, I would started stopping myself from coming home at the end of the day or from talking to my friends on the phone and yip-yapping about dumb work stuff. Because I've always had my focus on myself and my future and whatever it is that I'm moving towards in my own life. You know, even if it's just whatever I want to do for my YouTube channel or whatever I'm doing for my health and wellness goals or the next vacation I'm going to plan or whatever. Like, there's so many other things that I have going on in my life that I'm creating that I don't have to, my job is not my life. Now, for some people, it is. Their job is their life. Their job is their everything. That's their main place where they get to connect with people and be with other people and their main source of purpose. And if something's wrong at the job, it's like, oh my God, my world is shutting down. Those are the people that are literally like so deep in the matrix that they're just like, they could not, like, we cannot have this conversation. If you're watching this video right now, like, you are truly, I'm going to say you're not of the majority. I don't even want to pull out percentages because I have no idea, but you are not the majority. The fact that you even believe in manifesting anything into your life, the fact that you even believe or you even like think that being a delusional is a good thing, or that you are, you know, even into any type of like, you know, law of attraction, law of assumption, manifesting, or just, you know, anything in that realm. The fact that you even allow yourself to have that much belief in your own personal power in your life and God as well, because we all, you know, a lot of people say source and universe, but as a Christian, I'm all about God did not create us to be here and live this life and have a small life, average life, go through the motions, you know, do the typical normal average things. God did not create us. And when I say us, I'm talking about all of us here on this earth, but it's really the truth of the matter is it's just a small portion of us who are going to be able to become conscious enough to see this and to be able to do this for ourselves. This is not the type of conversation that I can have with most people. Most people are, you know, living life from a point of mindset where they believe that if they do the right thing, if they work for this long, if they go through the motions in the matrix, if they kind of go through the thing, you know, do the typical normal things, you know, count down to Friday. Okay, now it's the weekend. Let's go party. Let's go drink. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. I'm going to take my 2 weeks of vacation every year, and I'm going to go to Disney World, and then I'm going to, you know, come right back to work like a good girl or a good boy, and I'm just going to keep it pushing until retirement, 65, woohoo, you know. If that's what a lot of people are literally think that they have to do. They think that they have to live that life because that's all that they've been exposed to. That's all that they really know. You know, the people that are not doing that they see are like on YouTube or on social media or, you know, on TV, like the actresses and the celebrities and all that, like, that's like not available to them because they don't even associate themselves being anything like these people. Those are like the other people that get to do those things, not me. You know, not me living in Raleigh, North Carolina, like, no. You know, but those people out there in like New York and California and all the, like, they can do it. They have the right connections. They have, you know, rich parents. They have this, they have that. I don't, so that's not available to me. That's where most people's minds are at. Or a lot of people feel like they have to work super duper hard to get things in life. Like, oh yeah, I can retire and I can retire well if, you know, I work really, really hard for the next 30, 40 years. Or I can do this thing, I can lose the weight, but I'm going to have to starve myself. I'm going to have to work really, really hard. I'm going to have to take medication probably. I'm going to have to do this and do that in order to like have this thing. And actually, that's a limitation as well, because a lot of us feel like we have to work hard for things in order to feel like we've earned it. Same thing with, you know, relationships. You might see a couple and they've been married for a while or they've been together for a while and you ask them, oh, what's the secret? Some people are like, you know, oh, we had so much things. Oh, we went through this, we went through that, we went through this. You know, marriage is hard. Oh, marriage is hard. Don't ask me how many times I've heard people say that. And I know that I'm not married, okay? I know that I can't really like speak on that at this time. But I've met people who are like, marriage is hard. Like, be careful what you pray for. Marriage is hard. And I've also met people that are like, marriage is the best. I love it here. I would never, you know, choose to not be with my person. Like, it's great. We have so much fun together. We have a great life together. For them, marriage isn't hard. For these people over here, marriage is super hard. So people are living completely different lives. There's one girl that I recently found. I think her name is Carissa Eats. And she posts her stuff on, like, I guess TikTok and YouTube. And she's like a food influencer. And I've just become so, like, in love with her. and her videos, because she just always looks like she's having so much fun. Which, who wouldn't be? Let's be honest. Like, you're a food influencer. You get to travel and eat and film it and like tell us all about it, and you get paid like to do that, like really, really well. Amazing, amazing. And she's, I mean, obviously, like, you know, when you're a content creator, you have so much like creative ability and freedoms, you know, with that, for the most part, really. And so it's just fun. It's just fun seeing what she comes up with. It's fun seeing her content. I really enjoy it. And I feel like she's eating for me. Like, oh yeah, I already know how all of that stuff tastes because Carissa ate it for me. So I don't have to, you know what I mean? I don't have to do the legwork. She's already let me know, and I've had that experience through her. Just kidding, but not really. No, I literally feel like that. But, you know, being delusional is not really being delusional. It's actually just allowing yourself to have an open mind to all of the possibilities that actually do exist for you. Like, if before Carissa Eats was Carissa Eats today, she probably did have some people thinking that she was crazy and like, girl, what the heck are you doing? Like, just making all these random videos about food and like posting it, and they go get a real job, like go do something with your life. And you know, a lot of people are not going to be able to see your vision. A lot of people are going to think like, why is she doing that? Why is she making these videos? Why is she, you know, promoting her business? Like, she just needs to just, like, she doesn't get any views. Like, she doesn't, there's nothing here. Like, she should honestly just, like, give up. But I'm not going to tell her that. I'm just going to hate on her from the sidelines. Oh, my gosh. I had somebody, this is actually funny. I wonder if this person still watches my videos. That would be funny. But one person actually told me, and it made me laugh, honestly, genuinely. Somebody told me that they watch my videos. He was a guy. He watches my videos with, I don't know, his roommates or like other people, and they basically make it like a drinking game of how many times that I contradict myself in my videos. And I'm like, well, if you're obsessed with me, then just like admit you're obsessed with me. Like, I don't have time to be on nobody's YouTube channel watching their videos unless I genuinely like what they have to say. So obviously you're watching them because there's something that you like about my videos. I don't know. I can't get with people that like, I personally, I took it as a compliment because, hey, A, you're watching my videos. B, you like them enough to like watch multiple videos because you're having this fun little drinking game. And I do repeat myself, but I don't know about all the other stuff. But either way, obsession much? Yeah. I just literally have been having so much fun, and I have started to be like, this is a progressive thing that I've become this person over the last couple of years where I will just take certain things that happen to me or things that people say to me throughout the years, you know, or just whatever, and I will just turn it into whatever I want it to be. I will make it like whatever I want it to be. I will just alchemize it and like use it to be whatever I want. Like, call it being delusional if you want, but for me, that's how I live my life. Like, every bad thing, every good thing, like I assign good meaning to it, or I just assign the meaning that I want to it. You know, opportunities that don't work out, relationships that don't work out, things in my life that just happen, negative, positive, like I will just create it to be whatever I want it to be. And I will always tell the story of my life or my future. Like that's the type of thing that I script about all the time. I love scripting before bed, you know, and I will basically just prophesy my own future. I will just write down, you know, oh my gosh, it feels so amazing to have this and do this in my life and be this person. And just feel the feeling of it and just feel so good in that. And this is something I've realized. I know I sound a little like crazy to some people when I start talking like this. Like, yes, you can do it. And yes, it's possible. Like, people want to come into those types of conversations with so much logic and so much like, well, you have to work really hard and you have to do this for so many years and you have to be this way and you got to be this size and you got to do X, Y, Z, A, B, C before you can get the thing. Before you can actually do the thing that you really want to do, you have to, you know, that's like a big, very popular story that a lot of people have, is like, you have to go through so much, so many negative things, so much struggle, so much trials and tribulations before you can actually get to your victory, like before you can actually get the good thing. And that's because they have told themselves and they have been programmed to believe, which you have control about that. You have control of that. You can change that if you want to. But they have been programmed to believe that that's what you have to do. You cannot just have something good happen to you just because. You can't have success without having the struggle first. So that's what they manifest as their reality. They struggle first before they can get to their success. And that's exactly how they're going to continue to live until they change that. While you have other people who just believe that I'm amazing and I could just do this thing or get the thing because I desire it. Simple as that. I don't have to struggle. I don't have to do really anything, go through anything to have it. All I have to do is want it, be the person that has the thing, and here it is. I'm living that life. I'm doing the thing. This is my reality now. And the more and more that I kind of just continue to expand my consciousness and believe in myself, because that's a big deal. Just because you see other people doing certain things that you would like to be doing, it is a sign. It is a sign, and it is definitely a testament to the fact that it is for you. When you start noticing reticular activating system, when you start noticing the things that you want around you, you know, like the car analogy, when you start thinking about, oh, this car, you like this car or you want this car, you start noticing it everywhere. Whereas before you weren't paying attention or you just didn't see as many, or a combination of both. But either way, your mind fixates on those things and those people and those instances because, and it becomes so much more visible to you because that's actually something that you want in your life and you're actively manifesting it. But having that desire and being able to own it is a big part of that. Now, I'm not coming to y'all, you know, as a person who's manifested all these things and done all these things and I'm living my dream life, but I freaking feel like I'm living my dream life. I'm coming to you guys from my beautiful apartment, humble abode, but also not so humble. Like, we're getting things together. As you can see, I got my cute little setup behind me. I have an Amazon cart full of new furniture. I've already done, you know, considerably done a lot. My bathroom, I finally got my bathroom the way that I want it. With the exception of maybe like one or two things. But for the most part, it's done. Finally found like the perfect bath mats and everything. And I'm going to do a tour. Like, I'm going to do a full tour once I get it all decorated. I have like this beautiful setup back here, my entryway table, and of course like my beautiful white couch that I adore. Like, it's honestly the best thing I've ever bought in my life. I really, really love it. My kitchen, you know, a couple more things I'm wanting to get in there. Want to get a new dining table, a circle table. I love a circle table because I love that it has no sides. I just feel like it's a really nice symbolic representation of people gathering at a table. I just really love that. So it's very important to me that I have a circle table. Very, very important. And yeah, I just, there's several things, you guys will see it in the vlog, but I feel like a rich girl. I am not gonna sit here and act like I don't. I do. And you could look at my bank account right now, you could look at my life, you could look at anything and be like, girl, you ain't got no type of money. Girl, you are delusional. You are freaking delusional. And I would just be like, maybe, but I just feel rich. Like, I just have a beautiful home. I'm healthy. I'm young. I'm beautiful. Like, I have, you know, so many things that I enjoy doing, that I get a chance to do, including this YouTube channel that I freaking love. Like, all 230 whatever something subscribers that I have right now, which is more than I had at the beginning of the year. So I'm grateful for that. And I just see myself growing, and I just see myself learning, and I see myself taking, you know, risks in my life. And I see myself just kind of like pushing forward and moving and doing the things, you know, that I always said I was going to do. And the more that I do that, the more that it just kind of, it builds my faith, you know. And I just thank God, you know, I thank God for everything that I have, and I thank God for all of the people in my life, and all of the, you know, mistakes, and all of the like the bad and the good and everything in between. Like, it's all life, and it's all there, you know, for me, and I can change it, and I can, you know, make it into whatever it is that I want it to be. You know, it's like people that I thought, you know, were gonna be in my life forever, you know, things changed, and maybe you know, that wasn't the case, and then, you know, I was able to manifest them back into my life, and now we're friends again, or, you know, family members, you know, whatever is like the 3D current state. I don't take that to mean anything much, honestly. I don't live my life from my current circumstance. I live my life from wherever and whatever it is that I see it to be in my mind's eye. Because everything that I've ever had, that I love, that I hold dear and close to my heart, that I wanted, I've always seen it in my mind before I've had it in the physical realm. Like, so I truly believe that we have the power to do that. I've seen it work in my own life multiple times. I've also seen it, the opposite effect kind of happen, where I assumed the worst, or I assumed the thing that I didn't want, and ended up manifesting that instead. So if this thing is working on both sides, then why not just manifest the things that you do really want? Why not just be delusional? You might be waking up in the morning, going to a job that you're like, what the hell am I doing here? That might be your story today. That might be your 3D reality today. Doesn't mean it has to be for tomorrow, for your future. So be in that state. Think from that state. Live life from that state. That's part of the reason why I had a fire lit under me to be able to get my apartment finally fully decorated the way that I always had it in my mind. And I decided I wanted to do it. I was going to do it. And I'm like, before the end of the year, it's going to get done. And that's the thing about deciding. Deciding is so powerful. Once you've made a decision and you are dead set on that decision, this is what I want, this is happening for me. The universe, like, your reality, everything around you has no choice but to conform. The money has to come. The opportunities have to be there. They have to. It has to be in alignment, because you've already made the decision. You are not choosing anything else. There is no plan B. There is no plan C. It's only plan A. You made the decision, so it has to be. That's how you know that we are literally creating our own reality. That's how you know. But when in your mind you're like, oh, well, this is okay for now. Well, I guess I'll just do this for right now, and then maybe later I'll think about, finally doing what I really want to. But I'm okay right now. I'm okay living in this area, even though I would really like to, buy a house in that over there, but this is fine for now. I mean, it's cheaper, it's easier, I like the people at the job. Well, he's not really 100% the type of guy that I wanted, the type of man that I really saw myself marrying, but he's nice. But, he's okay. He does nice things for me sometimes. He's got an okay job. We could be together. I know he's not really too, interested in marriage right now, but that's okay for the moment. I mean, maybe in a year things will be different. Like, no. If you decided this is what I want, this is the only option for me, I'm not accepting anything else. I'm going to start and then put action behind it, which is the secret. That's the secret right there. Deciding what you want, what you really want, and that's what you get to have, and then putting action behind it. That may mean buying the course that's going to teach you how to do the thing. That might mean purchasing the wardrobe or buying the makeup because you decided that this is how you want to look from now on. You're leveling up. It might mean drafting out your 2-week notice because you decided that by this date you are submitting your 2-week notice on the job and you're going to do something else. You may not even have another job lined up yet, but you already made the decision, so guess what? That's exactly what you finna do. You already decided, I don't want this in my relationship. I want to be in a serious relationship with this type of man, this type of person. Therefore, I cannot accept A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Done. And once you've made that decision, you stick by it. Like, you have to get to that point where you can actually stick to the decision. There have been some, and don't get me wrong, I am not perfect at this. There have been so many times where I have decided, I'm not doing this anymore, or I'm going to be strict about my diet, I am losing this weight, and then I just fall right back into the same pattern. Well, that's not me really making a decision. If you're going to be faltering on your decision, then I feel like you need to ask yourself, do you really want the thing? Or are you truly okay with where you are now? Or what is it that's blocking you from actually being able to fulfill this desire? What is stopping you? Because usually there's some level of fear or some level of something. It's usually fear related. Something that is holding you back. And that's where the inner work comes in. And that's where the developing, your reprogramming your subconscious mind comes in to actually be able to rewire it to the point where you actually can receive your manifestations. So anyway, this is a long tangent. I'm trying to see how long have I been on. Ooh. Don't have my glasses on, don't have contacts on, y'all. 33 minutes. Okay. This is a good, nice, long, juicy video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Being delusional is the best. I love this life. I love this life. Freaking love this life. Freaking love my life. I hope you love yours too. If you don't, learn to love it. Be delusional. Write down, what are you gonna do? What is it that you really want? Who do you want to be? Who is it? Who is she? What does she want? What does she like? What does she not like? Where does she live? How does she dress? What kind of people does she have around her? How does she see herself? How does she see her life? Be that person. Start now. Figure it out today. Every single day. Read that piece of paper to yourself. That's what I do. I love my yellow notepad, what do they call it? Legal pad. Love me a good yellow legal pad. I have bought stacks of them. And I love using them. I love using them to just, like, I do have journals for scripting, but I love writing things on a legal pad that are just like my goals or letters to myself or to my future self, or people say future self, people say higher self, or it could just be yourself, just yourself, just who you are, And I love just writing, you know, and just riffing on my manifestations and the life that I'm creating for myself. And so, but I'm such like, that's me, that's the teacher part of me coming out. Pens, highlighters, markers, notepads, notebooks, sticky notes, all the types of stationery. I love all that type of stuff. So, but write it down, figure it out, because this is the work of your life. This is the masterpiece that you get to create. If you, anything that, like, there's a reason why we all have desires inside of us that not everybody has. Not everybody wants the same things that you want. Like, not everybody wants the same things that I want. And there's a reason for that. And I feel like you've got to honor that. When you feel the intuitive nudge to do a thing, do it. Put some action behind it. That might mean getting a website domain. That might mean starting the Instagram page or the Facebook page. That might mean getting your phone out and filming your first YouTube video or your first TikTok. That might mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Going into your closet and getting rid of all the clothes you don't like. Going to the gym and saying, or going to the park and saying, hey, I'm going to start by walking today. I'm going to start by getting on this treadmill. I'm going to start by lifting these little weights. And I'm going to be consistent. And on the days where I fall off, guess what? I'm going to get myself together. I'm going to get right back on the next day. A new day, a new opportunity. And I'm never going to stop. I'm never going to stop until I get what I want. And that's it. That's where making the decision comes into play. Whew. Every time I come on here and start talking like this, I feel like I'm preaching. I'm preaching, y'all. I'm preaching. But I am preaching to myself just like I'm preaching to y'all. And on that note, I'm going to love you and leave you. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Mwah. Love you guys. Happy manifesting. And just stay delusional because it's so much fun.